When you're buying a house, the seller can actually pay your closing costs for you. Here's how. Closing costs can equal thousands of dollars above and beyond your down payment. Fortunately, the seller can help you with those. So why would a seller kick in thousands of dollars to help you out? It makes more sense than it might appear. You see, the seller loses money every day they hold on to that house, and if they can offload it fast, they actually might save money by giving you thousands of dollars. Maybe it's a slow market, maybe the home just has issues, but whatever reason, buyers are passing over the house. So how do you leverage this situation to your advantage? Let's say you have about $10,000 to put towards the house. That covers about 3% down on a $300,000 house with a little bit left over. The only problem is, as just a rough example, let's say you owe $8,000 more in closing costs, which cover things like the title, appraisal, escrow, lender points, and other fees. Well, at this point, it's obvious that your $10,000 isn't going to cover both the down payment and closing costs. One option is to go find a house that's been sitting on the market for a while, then game plan with your realtor on how to make an offer that requests closing costs along with it. But there's one more thing to be aware of. There are limits of how much you can get from the seller. For example, if you're using a conventional loan with less than 10% down, you can get a maximum of 3% of the sales price in closing cost help from the seller. But 3% is actually a lot. On a $300,000 home price, the seller can kick in as much as $9,000 in closing cost help in this scenario. And as far as conventional loans go, there are other limits for bigger down payments or other home types that you buy. You can see here on this chart that if you make a down payment more than 10%, you can get even more seller concessions. And what's even more wild is on FHA loans, you can get up to 6% of the sales price in closing cost help. That's up to $18,000 on a $300,000 house. Now, most sellers won't kick in that much money just because, well, that's a lot of profit that they're losing. But it's good to know it's possible. The zero down USDA loan also allows 6% in seller concessions. And VA loans, which are available to active and former military personnel, offer all the closing costs to be covered plus an additional 4%. And that's a lot. Keep in mind these funds can't be applied to the down payment, but only closing costs. But if you have excess funds, you can apply them in creative ways, such as prepaying property taxes, homeowners insurance, and most other closing costs associated with the loan. So if you're having a hard time coming up with enough money to cover the down payment and the closing costs, work with your realtor on the strategy. Find a home that's been sitting on the market, go with maybe a full price offer, requesting closing costs, and that might be your ticket to home ownership. For more information, check out mortgageresearch.com.